We will not entertain any police military brutalities on civilians in the country henceforth. That is the warning from the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, to security agencies. This comes on the back of a report by the Defense and Interior Committee, which investigated the war military brutalities after a military man's phone was allegedly stolen by a resident last year. According to the report, the military personnel who went on rampage were new recruits and lacked experience. The Speaker, who was incensed by the revelation, directed the committee to further probe other brutalities meted out to civilians since the country's return to constitutional rule in 1993. He argues that the situation, if not checked, would exacerbate going into the 2024 elections. We'll hear from the Speaker shortly, but listen to some of the MPs contributing to the report.
There is the urgent need for the soldiers who allegedly brutalized and tortured Abdullah Ahmed, the car washing bay owner at Uchao, to be identified, tried and punished by the military high command if found culpable, to serve as a deterrent.
Mobile phone snatching had become rampant in war and its environs. Armed robbery incidents, and we spoke to the police. All these things were rampant within war and its environs. And so as a committee, it is part of our responsibility, and we have made the recommendation that government takes the initiative to ensure that, Mr. Speaker, the security situation in war and its environs is improved.
Since the day the military moved into this chamber, when it was unacceptable for them to have done so, they have done a number of other things for which we should be worried. And this report should send a signal to the military that more and more they are overstepping their bounds. And that today we have moved away, like the penultimate speaker had just said, for 30 years or so, we have moved away from the military taking over the reins of power and brutalizing individuals for reasons that can be resolved through civilian established rules and regulations and legal systems.
We can hear from the Speaker, who says thinking about election 2024 gives him sleepless night given what transpired in the 2020 polls. He therefore tasked Parliament to stamp out any possibility of military assault on civilians going into the polls.
That the military high command took swift action. I think that, for me, the measures that they took, I believe, is adequate for these young recruits. That is my opinion, and I think that the House should take that to heart and give notice, strong notice, to not only the military, but all security agencies, that we will no longer entertain any brutalities to any civilian or any person in this country. The law is there to be enforced. We will not. And I will further direct that the committee should go forward and take reports of all the commissions that have been set up by government to investigate all those cases and bring them to this House. We can't continue this way. We are getting to 2024 elections. And if we don't stamp out these things, please, I'll be having nightmares. Strong measures must be taken before we get to 2024, or else I don't know the outcome. We will no longer tolerate this. And Parliament is the center of this democracy in Ghana. The concept is very clear. The security agencies are agencies of the executive. When self-regulation fails, external regulation will take over.